Tonight's episode of the Belly Box is sponsored in part by Butthurt Cream. Instant relief for your belief. Butthurt Cream. It's a work in progress.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to another episode of the Penalty Box with your host, Kelal Ocmin. Tonight, we're going to be talking about ramping up to the playoffs. The seedings are almost set. Well, at least they're pretty much set in the D1 West. D1 East, you still have 5 teams jockeying for position, technically. What I mean by technically is seeds 1 through 3 have already been established. They know where they're going to be. The die has been cast. That's the way it is. Northeasters have won the division title. They're going to be the number 1 seed, followed by the Troopers, and then there's the Lakers. Now, here's where it gets interesting. 4 and 5, currently. 1 point separates them. 1 game left. Both on losing streaks. I'm talking about the Knights. They're in 4th by 1 point. And then there's the Walleye. I'll get into that a little bit more in just a second, but in the other division, you have the D1 West. They still have games remaining. According to the statistics here, it looks like, I'll show the graphic up here in a second, if I can pull it up, come on, you piece of junk. The Hooligans, the Hellfish, the Ice Sages, and the Loons, the Fighting Loons, all have 3 games remaining. The rest of the teams in the division have 2 games remaining. Right now, as it sits, the Hooligans have a 2-point advantage with 2 games in hand. With a game in hand over the Wolf Riots. They're sitting with 26 points with 18 games played. The Flying Hellfish have 24 points. They're in 3rd currently, but they have 3 games remaining. So they have a game in hand on the Wolf Riots as well. And the Ice Sages, they have 21 points with 3 games remaining as well. So it's a bit of a cluster right now in the West. The Northern Horde, the Fighting Loons, and the Anchors, they've been eliminated. In the East, the Wolfpack, the Yetis, the Darkness, they've been eliminated. In the West, like I said, it can change. It can fluctuate. We won't know. It's going to come down to the bitter end, down to the wire. It's a nail-biter. You have a total of 4 points separating 3rd from 1st, and there's 6 points available, so things can change. The Ice Sages, they can't win the division, but they can improve their standings to get a better seeding. Now, we'll get into that in just a second. What? Hey, I'll talk to you at the next commercial break. Just hold your horses. Fucking Goomberg. I said I'd talk. Can it wait? We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. I'm going to take care of some business. Don't go away.
Episode of the Belly Box is sponsored in part by Butthurt Cream. Instant relief for your belief. Butthurt Cream.
Max wants to talk to you.
What?
He's concerned that you forgot about his assignment. He wants to cover the championship game.
Tell Max. I'll mention it on the show.
Alright, I'll let him know. You're not still mad
Yes,
about
I'm still kind of mad about that. You didn't think I forgot,
I did
did
kick
you?
your ass. And I'll kick your ass again.
Well, 2010 may have been a
ago.
long time ago for you, you fucking goon.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, back to the show I go.
Alright, I'll let him know.
Asshole.
Whatever makes you sleep better at night there, Claw.
Welcome back. Sorry. Anyways, like I said before, the playoffs in the AHA's Winter League, the Premier League in the Adult Hockey Association, is as follows. I'll show the graphic here in a second. You have Bracket A and Bracket B, just the 2 pools. It is round-robin style play, top 4 teams from each division, fill out the bracket. Makes no difference which bracket you're in, because it's just 1 and 2, it's A and B. Bracket A is going to be, number 1 seed is going to be the Northeasters, the Division 1 East division winners, D1 East. They're going to have the number 1 seed. Number 2 and 3 are going to be the 2nd place and 3rd place teams from the West division. Then 4th place is going to be the 4th place team from the East division. Vice versa. In bracket B, the number 1 seed is going to be the division winner in the West, As it sits right now, if it were to end today, it would be the Hooligans. And then 2 and 3 is going to be the Troopers, and then the Lakers, and then in the 4th spot is going to be, as it sits right now, the Ice Sages. You play 3 games against these opponents, and the team with the most points after round-robin play advances to the championship game where they take on the team that advanced from the other pool. Same thing. 3 games guaranteed. Team with the best points moves on to the championship game. Now, we're really excited here at the Penalty Box because we will be covering the championship weekend at the Bloomington Ice Garden. I will have Max Stanley on location, you freaking prick. He will be doing player interviews. We'll have game footage. We'll have highlights. And yours truly, Kelal Ocmin, will be on site filming a Penalty Box episode from the arena. That's right. We're not going to do this studio shit. I like this studio. I'm sorry. Well, didn't you get offered a job with that late program with Jean-Luc Shapiro? Well, why didn't you take that job? Well, besides traveling to New York City or New Jersey or wherever the hell. Is he in New Jersey? Yeah, whatever. Well, you're an insomniac. I thought for sure it would help your sleeping issues. Yeah, you're an asshole too. Don't you have personal stuff to take care of? Where the hell's the producer? Why is he talking to me right now? Who are you on the phone with? Adam Smythe? No shit. Adam Smythe's thinking about coming out of retirement? Well, that's great news. He might do play-by-play for an AHA game? Are you shitting me? Which game? Well, sorry. Adam Smythe was a play-by-play guy that we employed here at the Penalty Box on our days with VTN and on LeagueGaming.com. The guy is fantastic. He did wonderful stuff. In fact, I'll have to link you to a couple of his things. I believe it was the Winnipeg game, right? The Winnipeg game against Carolina in the Virtual Hockey League, VTN. It was a VTN game exclusive. It was the last game of the regular season. There was a guy on the team by the name of Biohizzle. The guy was cursed. He spent like 8 seasons? 8 seasons, never made the playoffs once. They made a trade. The Winnipeg Jets made a trade for this guy. He's in this game, the deciding game. Win and you're in. And it goes to triple overtime, and they win the game. They come back from 2 goals down in the 3rd period with less than 2 minutes left to play. They tie the game. Goes to, was it 3 overtimes or 2 overtimes? Multiple overtimes. They win the game. They make the playoffs. And history was made. Biohizzle finally got to touch playoff glory. It was fun. Adam Smythe's call was just fantastic. I'll have to get a clip of it on a future episode and show it to you. Otherwise, you can find it on our YouTube page at the Penalty Box on YouTube. Where you find this? It's VTN's Winnipeg versus Carolina, last game of the regular season. It was fun. It was awesome. That's awesome. He's been in retirement ever since we stopped covering online gaming. So to have Adam Smythe come back out of retirement to do a championship game, play-by-play, hopefully we get this done. Are you still on the phone with his people? Yep. Is he interested? Okay, great. He's interested. But we'll have to take care of that. Anyways, back to the AHA. Yeah, hockey, that matters. Well, don't tell him I said that. I still admire his work. Oh, you have to get a sense of humor. Shut up. Goomberg, I don't want to hear it. Anyways, sorry. I digress. So that's your playoff scenarios right now in the AHA. West, it's pretty locked up. They're just jockeying for position. East, Northeasters, they walked away with it. Troopers, Lakers. But then here's where it gets interesting. You have the Fighting Walleye are 1 point back of the Knights. The Fighting Walleye hold the tiebreaker over the Knights. They have beat them 2 out of the 3 times they met them. So that means the Walleye need to win. And pretty much hope to God that the Knights come away with just a point or a loss. If the Knights win, they're in. If the Knights lose or manage only a point and the Walleye win, the Walleye are in. Vice versa. For the Knights, if you guys win, you're in. Done. That's it. Win and in. You control your destiny. Now, here's the fun part. Both teams are on a losing streak. Now, the Knights, let me pull the Knights up here for a second here. Let me get my, fucking technology. Who set this tablet up? Okay, so the last two games the Knights played was, they played March 5th against the Northeasters. They lost 4-2. And then they played a game against the Yetis on the 9th, and they lost 7-5. But here's the fun part. I was digging into this. The game against the Northeasters, they were only down 2-1 after the first period. Scoreless in the second, but then the wheels on the wagon fell off in the third. The Northeasters, Knights score first, then the Northeasters rack up 4 unanswered, so it's 4-1 at the time. Then the Knights score a power play goal by Isham, number 8, to make it 4-2. But that's not what was interesting. What was interesting was Johnson, number 15 from the Northeasters, he's a bit of a hothead, and it shows. In this game, he got called for roughing, he got a game ejection, and he also got a game ejection, called for a body check, and fighting. Are you that big of a hothead? Seriously, it's beer league hockey. I mean, I crack jokes about we have NHL players playing in the league and they need to be DNA tested or have their birth certificates examined by someone other than the person that examined that previous president from Hawaii, Illinois. We're not talking politics on this show. I'm sorry. It's just a joke. It's a joke. Relax. Dr. Smallwood. Breathe. Anyways, so you have McKinnon from the Knights. He gets ejected. He's the captain of the Knights. He gets ejected. He gets called for fighting. I guess he took exception to the body check that Johnson laid. I mean, I understand standing up for your teammates, but fighting? And you both get ejected? I don't know. I mean, they got a 10, a 5, and then there's an additional 2 to Johnson. Now, Johnson, this goon's been racking up the penalty minutes. He's got 55 penalty minutes on the season. I don't know. Goonberg, I've never seen you with that many penalty minutes, and I've seen you drop the gloves a little bit back in the VHL days, but Jesus Christ, I think someone's going after your title. Johnson, the Northeasters, you're a goon. A hothead goon. Now, I don't know what your point total is for the year. I could probably look to see, but holy shit. Come on, man. Lighten up a little bit. Anyways, so the Knights are on a losing streak. They lost to the Northeasters and they lost to the Yetis. It's worse for the Fighting Walleye. The Fighting Walleye lost to the Darkness 5-2. They lost to the Troopers 3-0. And then they lost to the Lakers 5-1. They scored a combined 3 goals in 3 games. Yeah, that's bad. Now, you guys got to get your acts together. It's going to come down to the last game of the regular season. The Walleye face off against the Yetis, and the Yetis have been playing teams pretty damn hard. We showed highlights of their game against the Northeasters. It got a little chippy, but they made it close. And that's the Northeasters, who are walking away with the division title. Now, the Knights, on the other hand, you guys got the Darkness. And the Darkness, well, they've been making teams pay. They understand they're not in the playoffs, but they're on a 3-game winning streak. The Darkness, 3-game winning streak. They beat the Northeasters 2-1. Now, of course, Ray Bork, or Shell, he's been on vacation in Punta Gorda, or Punta Conta, whatever the fuck town that was, in the Dominican Republic. He's probably having a couple Mai Tais and smoking down some cigars, and as Nick Danger would say, probably throwing some local women down in the weeds, if you know what I mean. I mean, come on! Who wouldn't? You're in freaking Punta Gorda. But they're playing the Knights, and they know that you guys win and in. If they beat you, they can pretty much wreck your playoff year. If they beat you, and then Walleye are able to beat the Yetis, well then, guess what? You guys are done. You're on the outside looking in. Same thing with the Walleye. The Yetis are licking their chops going, hey, we got a chance to knock these guys out of the playoffs. This is their playoffs. We'll be right back after this message. Don't go away. you suffer from limp wrist shots? Does your shaft break when you attempt a slap shot? Does this happen? I hated that. Gave me nightmares. That's when I found out I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. The doctors told me that I should try this new hockey supplement called Puck Agra. It helps fight PTSD, so you can start putting the biscuit back in the basket like this. Scoring goals. Putting smiles on fans' faces everywhere. That's right. Puck Agra. It strengthens those wrist shots. Gives you a thicker shaft for slap shots. It fights PTSD. Puck Agra. I tried it. So should you.
So is it true that you use Puck Agra?
Kinda is. It works.
Welcome back. Now, that's the playoff scenario. You got the Knights and you got the Fighting Walleye. They're basically duking it out for that final playoff spot, the fourth spot. Now, we're really excited here at the penalty box because we have a special interview. We were able to track down one A. Keller, number 71, right wing for the Wolfpack. Even though the Wolfpack have been eliminated, he was going to be nice and kind enough to join the show. Do we have that feed? There it is. Yes. Mr. Keller.
Broadcasting from the historic city of Perth Amboy, it's the Late Program with John Luke Shabaro.
Oh, dear God, he's not watching that show, is he? Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, it's that late program, whatever. I only heard rumors that puts people's... Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Well, we'll try to figure things out for next week's episode. From everybody here at the Penalty Box to you hockey fans sitting at home gearing up for the playoffs in the AHA, we'll see you at center ice when the puck drops. Good night.